The number 45 selection, the Jaguars select Walker Little, offensive lineman from Stanford. Man. So, Pete, you got Jacksonville going quarterback, running back, cornerback, and now adding to the offensive line. How do you think Urban Meyer is doing in his first draft?
Look, this kid is talented. He just didn't play a lot. And you know, he hasn't played a lot of football. He didn't play last year, and he was limited the year before, but he's talented. And this sends a message to Cam Robinson. Cam, you're on the franchise tag. You're smart to have signed it. He rushed to sign it, which he should have done, and now he's got to go out and make plays. He's got to be a better player. Cam Robinson is not a franchise left tackle. I'm sorry. He looks the part. He's just not. So this is a move to ensure that they can have depth if they do play with Cam Robinson all year. And if not, you let him walk after the season. He's only on the franchise tag.
Oh, this isn't for depth. He's going to play.
He's not. Where's he playing?
He might play left tackle. You might move Cam Robinson down inside. I would not be shocked if they didn't do that. You're going to want to get your.
I've said all along that Cam Robinson would be a good guard,
and they may utilize that, and they may do that. But you're going to get your best 5 on the field to be able to protect Trevor Lawrence and be able to try to get as much production as you can. I'm telling you, that's more of the thought that you have at the college level, and that's one of the things I think Urban Meyer will bring. And we've already kind of seen it where I think teams are more open to putting those tackles down inside as a guard. But this is a massive human being. I mean, he's every bit of 6'7", 320-plus pounds,
too.
And he's good, and he can move for that. As you said, there's a little bit of injury concern, but if you're going to ask me what I think they needed to do coming into day 2 or round 2, it was cornerback, add on there, or help out in the secondary. It could have been Morg, too, at that spot, and then go offensive tackle, go somewhere on the offensive line. So far, they're checking all those boxes. I love what Urban Meyer and Jacksonville have done so far, whether it was free agency or now in the draft. I'm telling you, they're going to be that team that surprised a lot of people this year in the division.
Can we put this on record? Brady is predicting that Walker Little will start over the left tackle who has a franchise tag on him.
Can we say at some point in the season? It doesn't have to be week 1.
No.
Well, hold on. You've gone on and predicted multiple quarterbacks throughout the past 2 years in drafts will win Super Bowls in the next 10 years.
No, I said Joe Burrow will win one.
Joe Burrow, Justin
Trevor
Herbert,
Lawrence will
Trevor
win
Lawrence.
one.
How many more do you want to keep going?
Well,
I'm just saying, give me a little leeway. At some point, I believe he'll end up starting at left tackle for them this year.
That wouldn't surprise me. That would not, because I don't think Cam Robinson is a franchise left tackle, but not right away. You're not going to start him over a guy.
I didn't say right away.
Okay.
I said at some point he's going to be in there.
Okay.
I would be shocked, though, if Walker Little isn't starting right away, though, at some point on the offensive line, and they don't find their way to Walker Little left tackle.
It's like the NFL version of Statler and Waldorf for the Muppets. They just sit there and go back and forth and nitpick at each other. But they love the Jaguars. Hey, who wouldn't love the Jaguars after the draft that they've had so far?
Pete's the mayor. I mean,
Pete is the mayor of Jacksonville. That is very true. They miss him up there in Jacksonville. We would like to send him back to Jacksonville from time to time. Those guys are going to take a little break. We're going to break down the Jaguars.
All in on me.
The Jaguars here.
Coming into that room looking for you.
All right, you're welcome. We'll take a break. All right, so Walker Little goes to Jacksonville, adding to the offensive line. We'll see if he ends up playing at left tackle or not over Cam Robinson, as Brady has said. But Jacksonville's had an interesting draft so far. They get their franchise quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. They get their running back, presumably of the future, or maybe their third down back of the future in Travis Etienne. So based on this offense now in Jacksonville, can you see a lot of fantasy production coming from that team?
I can see some good fantasy production. You heard Brady say that Jacksonville is going to surprise some people this year. And I agree, because I think just like Joe Burrow last year in Cincinnati, Trevor Lawrence is stepping into a situation and a playbook that's very familiar to him. He's going to be able to go in there. He's going to know what he's doing from the jump. And that offensive line, I'm not going to say like it's good. It's like sneaky okay. And adding Walker Little, didn't he hurt his shoulder and then he hurt his knee and basically missed all of 2019 and then he opted out of 2020? Like, it makes me, I wonder how much he's actually going to play if he's actually on the field and playing for Jacksonville. But I agree. I do think that there is going to be a chance, Jamie, for Jacksonville to make some noise, kind of like their receiving core, like their run game. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be in a lot of competitive games and a lot of games where he's going to play from behind. There will be fantasy stats here that will be useful during the season. It's one of the reasons why I think Trevor Lawrence is absolutely a draftable quarterback.
Heath, imagine if they gave your guy Gardner Minshew some of these options, an offensive lineman, a running back. They didn't really have a lot of talent last year. They bring in Marvin Jones as a free agent, but we haven't talked a lot about those wide receivers. So DJ Chark failed a lot of people's expectations. I had him as a breakout wide receiver last year, didn't step up in his third season after a very good sophomore campaign. Laviska Shenault was a rookie that we had high expectations for. He closed the season playing very well, but now's the opportunity for him to be that third guy, depending on how you view Marvin Jones. And again, Marvin Jones, who has a relationship with their offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevel, those guys spent some time in Detroit. He's now potentially number one wide receiver for the Jaguars. How do you view those three guys, and is there one you like the best?
You know, Dave referenced the Bengals last year and Joe Burrow and kind of building around him, and they were able to support 3 wide receivers because they averaged 40 pass attempts a game when Joe Burrow was playing quarterback. The pick of ETN in the first round makes me wonder, when they already had James Robinson on the roster, is this a team that's going to pass anywhere near that much? And they're probably going to need to, because I do think it's going to be chopped up between Chark, Marvin Jones, Laviska Shenault, and ETN in the passing game. And so I don't know that you have any wide receivers that will work their way into the top 25. I think Chark and Jones specifically will be outstanding for best ball leagues. They're both going to have a couple of games where they go for 120 and 2 touchdowns. You won't know when those games are going to be. If ETN can take all of the passing work in the running game, then he could really have an impact. Laviska Shenault kind of feels like he's getting left out a little bit. I loved him last year, but he does a lot of the same things they drafted ETN to do. And they've also brought in Marvin Jones, so he's the one I worry about.
Could be the one that, though, gets the creative Urban Meyer play, like we've seen from some of his guys in college.
Like Percy Harvin
stands out in particular.
Samuel.
Yeah, we could see.
Could he be their slot guy?
I think he's going to be their slot guy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything else.
Trevor Lawrence leaned on his slot guy at Clemson. That would be a big boost. That would be someone to keep an eye on in fantasy.
The only thing would be is if they do say what kind of Urban Meyer alluded to last night of Travis Etienne playing as a wide receiver.
He called him Percy Harvin.
That would be the spot that he plays, so we'll see.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.